From Dividends, race 4. Happy, Swain 75, Prime Appointment 185, Quinella 335, Trifecta $70.55, and the running double $6.75. $6.75, and the Trifecta $70.55. Morfordville, Kelly's Angel 165 favourite. Is at Caulfield.
All right. Well, if the boys can keep their eye on the Adelaide horses there.
Cloud nearer the inside, then Foxy Flyer, Kelly's Angel. Pride of Prestige was next from Wishamere, then Convari and By the Purple last. Out of the straight and Bold Surge has taken over as pacemaker by a length and a quarter. Zambrelic second, and around it now goes Boucher Boy to take up second spot. Zambrelic third. Courtwood was next, trapped a little bit deep around Zoom Cloud and Foxy Flyer. Next was Light the Lot, then Kelly's Angel. Wishamere next the inside from Pride of Prestige. Second last Convari, and two to By the Purple last of all. Heading into the back, 1,800 metres out, and the leader was Bold Surge by 3/4 to Boucher Boy. Zambrelic in the box seat third. Courtwood now in one off the fence fourth, and back on the inside Foxy Flyer. Then Zoom Cloud, a length and a half to Light the Lot. Kelly's Angel was next from Pride of Prestige, Wishamere. Convari second last, and By the Purple whipped them in. 1,400 out, and Bold Surge the leader by 3/4. Boucher Boy the outside was second. Zambrelic the inside of Courtwood. Then Foxy Flyer, a half the outside Zoom Cloud, two to Light the Lot. Next on the inside, Pride of Prestige from Wishamere, Convari. Now Kelly's Angel lost its spot. It's back to second last, and a length and a half to By the Purple last of all. 1,200 metres out, Bold Surge still the pilot, leads by a length to Boucher Boy. On the inside, Zambrelic was third, then Courtwood. Foxy Flyer next inside of Zoom Cloud. Light the Lot around Pride of Prestige. 2.5 to Convari, then Wishamere. The favourite about to be revved up now. Kelly's Angel pulled out 3 deep, and 3 to By the Purple last of all. 800 out, Bold Surge by 3/4 to Boucher Boy. Zambrelic the inside of Courtwood, then Zoom Cloud. Making some ground on the inside, then Foxy Flyer. Joining in around the outside now was Light the Lot. Tracking it was Kelly's Angel from Pride of Prestige, then Wishamere. Convari and 5 to By the Purple, which can't go at all. 600 out. Boucher Boy took over now, led by a half to Bold Surge under pressure. Zambrelic comes off the fence, Courtwood working into it. Kelly's Angel's also making ground, and further back Foxy Flyer and Zoom Cloud, but turning for home. Boucher Boy the leader. Zoom Cloud ran to second from Courtwood. Foxy Flyer making ground. Kelly's Angel under pressure. Then Zoom Cloud, but Boucher Boy dashed away inside the 200. It shot 2.5 in front of Foxy Flyer, Courtwood. Then Zambrelic and Convari making ground late, but Boucher Boy in front. Foxy Flyer trying hard with Convari. Boucher Boy just in front. He'll get there. Boucher Boy a neck. Foxy Flyer second. Third home Convari. Then Courtwood. Pride of Prestige was next from Kelly's Angel. Then Zoom Cloud, Zambrelic, Wishamere, Bold Surge, Light the Lot, and By the Purple.
Over the line in Adelaide, 294, Boucher Boy, Foxy Flyer, Convari. Phil, that horse is going to pay about $3.85 and $1.10. Back to you.
Well, you'll be able to confirm that in a moment, Bruce, as we come back to number 5, Oakwood, to be ridden by J. Marshall. Graham.
Very promising type.
Arthur Quinella, Trifecta 388 even. Sydney race 3, Desert Bow 145.60, Swain 75, Prime Appointment 180, Trifecta $70.55, Quinella 335, running double 675. Mick Dittman riding the winner. Shortness, Temple front into 530, Shipwreck solid at 230. And about a length and a bit slow, Tiendi from his wide draw, and Silversmith out the back early. Sober Star from the rails began well. Yarra Bay going up with Paneria, glowing tribute. Shipwreck appeared to be checked on the first turn, but has got off the rail, and Oakwood's recovered after a slow start. Telemon midfield, a length further back then behind them is Temple front, and My Boy around it. Further back on the field then to Silversmith, and Crown Velvet just up in front of it. Well back, Valjean back third last with Tiendi, and Marsold, who led at his last starts, dropped out last. Up the hill, and Sober Star's been ridden up the hill and leads by 4 to Paneria, a truly run race. 3 to Glowing Tribute, a length. Yarra Bay getting a good run. A length and a half further back to Oakwood on the inside, and a length and a half further back to Crown Velvet. On the inside of Crown Velvet is Shipwreck, and up in front of those is My Boy. 2 to Temple front, who's back with about 5 behind it at this stage. Tiendi's on its outside, 2 lengths Marsold, and Silversmith starting to improve with Telemon the length of Valjean. Down the hill at the 900, and Sober Star led a length in second, placing Paneri, a length and a half. Yarra Bay, who's had a beautiful run. Glowing Tribute the inside, a half length away. Oakwood going up on the rail. Improving Tiendi around the outside from Shipwreck, and then came Temple Front going all right. Valjean cutting loose from last, and Silversmith trying to go with it. Marsold still well back with Crown Velvet, Telemon, and 3 lengths My Boy. 5.50 out, Paneria puts the pressure on Sober Star. Yarra Bay being reined up and not going that well. Oakwood looking to get out, Temple Front. Tiendi behind those, Valjean, and they've kicked away from Shipwreck, and behind them Silversmith. In the straight, Paneria took a narrow lead from Sober Star. Oakwood into the clear. Out wider, Yarra Bay with 2.50 to go. Paneria about a half in front of Oakwood. Yarra Bay and Temple Front out wide. Paneria in front from Oakwood, then Yarra Bay and Sober Star. Paneria kept going by Barrett's drawn a length and a half in front. Has got it won. Yarra Bay second, Oakwood third, fourth Sober Star, Tiendi. Then Temple Front from Shipwreck, Telemon. Behind those, Valjean and Marsold, a gap Crown Velvet. One of the last, My Boy, with Glowing Tribute, and the one they put a heap on, Silversmith Absolute.
Well, yes, what do you say? Paneria was always up there. Chris Barrett's ridden a masterly race because there was pace on throughout, and he was able to outlast the other horses, in fact, outstay them, because the other horses had their chance coming to the turn to go up to Paneria, but Chris kicked it away, and horses like Oakford and Temple Front, who was sort of about 6th on the turn, pulled out to make an effort, but they just did not finish on it. It was all to do with Paneria, and it was a good win. There he goes. Yeah, there he goes to the horse, still holding the lead. It's going along nicely in front. Out the centre, Yarraburn, Johnny Marshall with a whip in the left hand on Oakwood running 4th. And all in all, Temple Font couldn't come on. Disappointments, I'd say. And as for the one that was well back, finished last, got into a bit of trouble early, but pretty ordinary run. Paneria, yes.
8.35, $12 even. Do you think the bookie boys have got it all today? And 3.50. Yarra Bay $1, Oakwood 2.05. Interim dividends. The time is quite fantastic for this class. 2 minutes 3/10. This time last week, Keith Hillier interviewed Megsy Elkington after the Caulfield Guineas. Megsy wasn't looking like this. Here's Keith now.
Well, Megs, haven't got a run on the Caulfield Cup.
In and out of the ring, 3.35 and 3.30 respectively. Water Boatman 13.70, Round the World 16.90, Congressman 4.95, Boca Tower 6.70. Full at Last 5.55, Bravery 17.90, It's Candide 4.05, Lady Liberty 6.55, Impazira 24.50, Apollo Run 5.90, Mr. Dynamite 29, Serastrina 57, and Algonquin Club at 15.25. Nothing between Balciano and Sky Chase for favouritism for the Foster's Caulfield Cup. It's time to go at 3 o'clock.
Match the stars and win the cup.
4, Paneria, $12.10 and $3.50. Number 3, Yarra Bay, $1.05, and 5, Oakwood, $2.05. The Quinella, $57.85. The trifecta, $147.15. The double was $416.95, and the extra double, $262.15, and that was the result of race 4 at Caulfield. Morford for race 4.
Race at Randwick. The scratching is number 6, Publicise, and just looking at that, the favourite is Life at the Top, paying 80 cents. Ready to jump in Sydney.
Life at the Top, 13 to 8 on now. Racing, Pagan Dance actually best to begin. Away pretty well was Bronze Empress with Drum Rise, and Life at the Top being hard ridden, looking for the lead, but won't head Drum Rise early. And at the end of 200, it's Drum Rise only just in front of Life at the Top. 2 lengths away next, Crystal Bubble. Bronze Empress on the inside, then Snowtastic, Parter Car, 2.5 to Pagan Dance. Further back in the field is Princess Amy, then Contessa Bernini. Ironic Lady second last, and Our Diamond Dazzle last on the inside. as they make the run over the crossing at the 8.50, and Life at the Top draws nearly a length. In fact, a bit more now. A length and a half on Drum Rise. 3 away third, Bronze Empress. On the outside is Crystal Bubble, then Snowtastic. On the inside of Parter Cut. 1.5 to Pagan Dance, then Princess Amy. On the inside, Contessa Bernini. Ironic Lady second last, and our Diamond Dazzle brings up the rear. The hot part, Life at the Top, leads nicely as they swing the corner. Drum Rise second, more than a length behind the leader. Third is Bronze Empress, and 2 further back is Crystal Bubble and Parter Cut. 300 to go, and Duffy has a quick peep on Life at the Top. Bronze Empress on the outside is making a race of it with the fave, but the Duff is sitting quietly. Now he asks Life at the Top for the big effort. Snowtastic starting to run home pretty well, but Life at the Top, a length and a half on Snowtastic, who's coming quickly. Life at the Top's got no answer to Snowtastic, then Princess Amy, and Snowtastic finishing like a rocket gets up to win. Snowtastic from Life at the Top, third Princess Amy, then came out Diamond Dazzle, Ironic Lady, and Nice Run, then Bronze Empress, Pagan Dance, Parter Cut, Crystal Bubble, Contessa Bernini, and Drum Rise was last.
And there we have the preliminary result at Randwick. 3, 4, and 5. Keith Hillier is here with me. You don't often get them in running order like that, Keith, do you?
No, that's a sequence that doesn't come up all that often, Phil. Well, the pressure's building up here for the Caulfield Cup. Many of the connections are in the mounting yard. There's all the photographers are ready for some of the pre-race action. Let's have a look firstly at Randwick Race 5, where the opening total list reads as such. Number 1, Eye of the Sky on 3.35 the win and 1.45 the place. 2, Prince Toranaga, 6.30 and 2.15. 3, Peaceful Kingdom, 5.95 the win, 1.65 the place. 4, Strike Regal, 16.40 and 5.15. 5, Copper Tonic, 3.45 and 1.10. 6, Semstar, 2 even and 90 the place. 7, Might, $10.40 and 4.10. 8, Regal Prize, 4.70 and $1 even. 9, Rising Fear, 15.95 and 3.45 the place. 10, C'est La Vie, 6.05 and 1.70. 11, Snow Chief, 6.20, 2.70. 12, Gerard, $8 even, 2.45 the place. 13, Solivare, 35.15 and 7.05. 14, Grays Point, $23.80 and $5.65. And numbers 15 and so on, the emergencies are scratched. Randwick Race 4, the interim dividends here. The winner, number 3, Snowtastic, paid $2.75 the win and 85 the place. Second, 4, Life at the Top, 70 cents. And third, 5, Princess Amy, $1.60. Quinella Double and Trifecta to Cup.
Well, the real buzz going around the course now. And
after race 4 in Sydney, 3, 4, 5 interim dividends. Well, the atmosphere's really building now for the big one of the day, the Foster's Caulfield.
Starter holds them. Away and racing now. Good Friends didn't begin all that well, nor did LaRousse. Pecky's Pet won the start. It's going to lead early with Gambler's Lad. Ariane was showing pace, as was Trimmer. Just in behind those then, getting through nearer the inside was Splendid Feeling. Flying Zone with it. Getting well back in the field, Benefactor. It's last of all unsettling. Ariane leads. In second spot, Peggy's Pet. Warfire works to third, then Splendid Feeling. Next then, working into it on the outside, St. Lucifer. Gambler's Lad was deeper out with World News, then Flying Zone. Well back was LaRousse. Back there with it, Superior Dash. Good Friends. Benefactor now taking off, but gee, it's still second last. And last of all was Trimmer. 600 metres to run. Pecky's Pet the outside. On the inside, Ariane. Coming at them 3 deep, Warfire. Splendid Feeling now angling off the fence from St. Lucifer. Gambler's Lad. Benefactor working into it. Still about 4 off the lead. Then Flying Zone. Further back in the field, World News into the straight. And the leader, Peggy's Pet, takes over, but Warfire comes at it quickly. Ariane under pressure the inside. Splendid Feeling joining in, and now Gambler's Lad also joining in. Warfire went to the lead, but coming at it, Splendid Feeling with Gambler's Lad. Splendid Feeling takes over now from Warfire. Peggy's Pet the inside, Gambler's Lad the outside, but Splendid Feeling in front from Warfire, then Gambler's Lad, and Splendid Feeling gets home by a length and a quarter. Warfire second, Gambler's Lad third, then Peggy's Pet. Next was World News, then Flying Zone, Good Friends, St. Lucifer. Benefactor was never ever going to win.
Over the line, 3-4-6 Adelaide. John Hawkes, the winning trainer. Splendid Feeling, big odds. About $6.75. Phil will keep you up to date, but there's something very important happening in the mounting yard. The horses parading for the Cup.
yes, and a huge crowd around the mounting yard here. It doesn't, oh, I didn't look at that last shot, but you can see them now. coming in to see these magnificent horses. Number 3, Keith, is Lord Highbrow, to be ridden by Kay Moses.
Lord Highbrow, winner of the Brisbane Cup. He has been not appreciating the hard tracks down here. Today he wears rubber padding under his plates in an attempt to stop the jarring on these hard tracks. If he finds form, he's going to be in it with a big chance. He's at getting out towards 40-1 on the Victorian Tote.
There's a lot of money going on number 4, Balciano, Graham, to be ridden by Peter Cook.
Yes, Phil, and no horse looks better in the yard here than Balciano. He looks exceptionally well. Ran 4th in the Caulfield Cup last year, won the Craven Plate 2 starts back, and had a lot of trouble in running when 7th behind Sky Chase in the Caulfield Stakes last week. He's certainly going to be very hard to beat.
And they're the colours that Balciano will be wearing. We look at the colours and details now of number 5, Sky Chase, to be ridden by Jay Marshall.
The stable colours of J.B. Cummings. Bart Cummings today chasing his 6th win in the Caulfield Cup. Sky Chase is the favourite and a firming favourite. He opened on the tote at $3.15. His current tote odds are $2.85, and in the ring he is at a shorter quote. He won the Caulfield Stakes, a weight for age race over 2,000 metres last Saturday by 2 lengths. He carries 3 kilos less than weight for age today.
Number 6 is Water Boatman, to be ridden by A.G. Clark, but have a look at the colours here for Water Boatman, and I suppose for those of you who may be betting for the first time or not used to following a horse after a bet, when they're packed in the field, look for the colour of the cap, and it'd be the blue cap in this instance you'd be looking for.
Phil, Water Boatman won the Seymour Cup 3 starts back in very good style. Hasn't done a lot since then, but not a bad 6th in the Caulfield Stakes. And the thing that impresses me about Water Boatman is he looks very calm and very fit and very well, and I think you'll see him run a very good race.
Number 7 is Round the World, to be ridden by L. Olsen.
This 5-year-old mare was runner-up in the Sydney Cup this year. She also is trained by Bart Cummings. She performs best on rain-affected going. She doesn't have that today. She drops out in her races. She will be giving them a big start, and if she was not trained by Bart Cummings, you would not consider her as a chance in the Caulfield Cup.
Now at number 8, Congressman, it has a quartered cap, you'll notice, when they come up, and this is to be ridden by Darren Gauci.
Well, I think this is going to be the hardest one for Sky Chase to beat in the race. Phil, Congressman won the Herbert Power handicap here last Saturday very well. He was raced 3 and 4 wide all the way, fought on very strongly in the straight, and he'll be improved by that run. And besides, his trainer, George Hanlon, has never won a Caulfield Cup, so he's out to win it this year.
Well, that's how you can see the quartered cap there. I was just saying to Keith, the quartered cap's so quartered you couldn't see it.
Right.
Number 9, Boca Tower. Now, Keith, this has been your big selection in the Sun, to be ridden by Greg Hall.
Yes, this is my long shot tip for the Cup, Boca Tower. He had excellent form for this type of race when he was in England last year. He was runner-up over 2,400 metres at Royal Ascot. That's Greg Hall in the saddle. Boca Tower looks a picture. He has been fitted by recent racing. His last start in the Herbert Power handicap was his first in this country at 2,400 metres. He has benefited from that. You can see by the gleam on his coat that he's a very fit racehorse, and I'm sure he'll run well.
Number 10, Full at Last, will be backing the horse for its ability, but I think a lot will be backing Harry White too.
Yes,
right?
They certainly will, Phil. He's won 2 Caulfield Cups, and he's also ridden 5 second-place getters. Full at Last, unfortunately, had a bit of an interruption to his preparation earlier in the month, but he returned with quite a nice 8th in the Caulfield Stakes last week. He may just need this run, though.
Number 11, Bravery, to be ridden by Kay Russell.
One of 2 mares in the race, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith. She had a nail go into her hoof last start. She's been past fit to run, and she might acquit herself well too.
Take out number 12, Celtic Spirit. 13, it's Candide, to be ridden by R. Elliott.
Well, she won 2 Oaks in New Zealand last season, Phil. She comes into this race very well after her excellent 3rd behind Sky Chase in the Caulfield Stakes. She looks exceptionally well, and she's certainly going to be very hard to beat.
He's 14, Lady Liberty, Brent Thompson.
The second of Brian Mayfield Smith's pair of mares. Brent Thompson trying to do what he did last year, win the Caulfield Guineas a week before the Cup, ride the Caulfield Cup winner. He captured the Guineas again last week, and he has a great chance to win the double-double on Lady Liberty.
15, Impacera, V. York.
Second in the Epsom handicap at Randwick, 2 starts back, long way back in the Caulfield Stakes, but as we know, her owner Nick Collins' confident success, and Nick's a lucky owner.
Then we go to number 16, Apollo Run. S. Marshall.
That's teenage jockey Simon Marshall aboard, the Premier Apprentice of last season. He's only 17. Apollo Run is in the race with a top chance at 12 to 1 shot.
All right, 17, Mr. Dynamite, R. Heffernan.
I think he's a better chance in the race than his odds indicate, Phil, despite a last start at 11th in the Cranbourne Cup. 18,
Sarastrina, G. Willits.
A quality mare, but her form in New Zealand has been better on rain-affected tracks. Number 19, Algonquin Club, got into the field with the scratching of Celtic Spirit.
And Algonquin Club's going to be in the race for a long way from barrier 9, and he'll give his punters a good side.
All right, and number 20, the second emergence, Susanna Kima, is out. I would like to welcome to our audience through BCB, BTV, AMV, that's in Victoria and southern New South Wales, TVNZ in New Zealand, and SES in Mount Gambier. We trust you'll all enjoy the Caulfield Cup.
Sunday. 350, Yarra Bay $1.05, Oakwood 205, the trifecta 147.15. Extra double 262.15, Quinella 57.85, running double 416.95. That was a Norman Robinson. Shorteners in the Foster's Caulfield Cup, Orthals into 410. Fair Sir Spec, Sky Chase into 270. He's been solidly back here on the course. Bravery into 16. It's Candide's been heavily back, 405. Lady Liberty has shortened fractionally to 650. Those that have got out include Lord Highbrow, Water Boatman, Round the World, Boca Tower, Foot at Last to 630, Mr. Dynamite, Sarastrina and Algonquin Club. Sky Chase favourite in the ring, in front of Balciano and Orthal and It's Candide. They've all been very heavily backed, particularly Sky Chase. I mean, a very, very big go. The last favourite to win was Tristark at the barrier. And through Network 10 in Australia, we welcome our friends in Hong Kong and New Zealand to the telecast of the 1988 Foster's Caulfield Cup. 111th of the series, $1 million up for grabs. A glorious spring day at Caulfield in Victoria for the running of a famous cup, the cup that is traditionally the first leg of the most famous double in racing, the Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup. The two races have been linked together for more than a century. And this race stands alone as one of the great contests in Australia. Sky Chase, for our friends overseas, has been heavily backed, the Bart Cummings horse, to win the Cup. Only Tristark in the last decade has been a favourite and a winner. Orthal has drawn one, the St Ledger winner from Ireland. And for your New Zealanders, It's Candide, your great mare, has been very heavily backed. Des Spain is the track man at Flemington. He's a great judge of horseflesh. Des, what did you think on the way to the post?
Well, going to the post, you'd have to agree that Sky Chase looks magnificent. He's usually a little bit hesitant in his trotting action, but today he went out there as though he was $1 million. Very authoritative, and I think that he'll be the one to beat, especially with the weight of money. My own sentimental bet is Full at Last. I thought that Harry White might ride another Caulfield Cup winner.
Almost set. Bravery comes in. Sarastrina set. Sky Chase drawn the outside. Tulloch won from here in 57. Can Sky Chase do it in 88? Light on. Ready for the Foster's Caulfield Cup. Harry not quite right with Full at Last. They stand well. Algonquin Club alongside. Orthal inside. Sky Chase outside. Balciano Towie. It's Candide Towie racing in the Cup. And caught them in a pretty good line. Algonquin Club drops out after the start. Impazira away well with Orthal, Bocatow, Congressman, Lady Liberty, Full at Last. Sky Chase ridden back in the field early. Sarastrina, Lord Highbrow going across the field behind them. Balciano's up about 7th as they settle down. Orthal leads Algonquin Club last and Water Boatman back second last. Sky Chase is 5 wide going out of the straight and midfield. So Orthal in front out of the straight. Sarastrina moves up second. Impazira the box seat. A link to Apollo Run going around the outside from Lady Liberty. It's Candide trapped a bit deep. Then Bocatow, Balciano pulling and Sky Chase off the track 4 wide. Inside of it, Bravery, and then came Congressman as Sky Chase gets a little closer to the fence. Round the World further back from Lord Highbrow, Fair Sir, Full at Last. 2 links further back, Mr. Dynamite from Algonquin Club, and a length away, Water Boatman. They're about to climb the famous hill at Caulfield, and one Hayes horse in front and the other last.
It's Orthal a length in front of Sarah Streiner and Apollo Run. On the fence, Impazira, a length to Lady Liberty, a length away Congressman, and then Boca Tower. They're packed up. Around the World's on the inside. A length further back then to Balciano, who's midfield at the moment, and Sky Chaser's outside of it. It's Candide's up in front of those, and then Bravery just behind Balciano. A length away, Lord Highbrow, half to full at last. 1 length further back, Fair Sir. Mr. Dynamite's back third last. The Water Boatman around the outside of Algonquin Club. Down the hill, 1,000 to go, 20 lengths covered them, and Orthal 3/4 Sarah Streiner and 3 wide Apollo Run. A length to Impazira. Moving up is Congressman and Lady Liberty. 1 away Boca Tower, a length and a half to Sky Chase with Balciano and Round the World. Balciano in fact got back a bit there. It's Candide the outside. Bravery trying to improve. Further back in the field then Water Boatman starting to make a run, but he's well back with Mr. Dynamite. A length further back to Lord Highbrow. Fair Sir Absolute, and Balciano's back with it now. Algonquin Club making a run. On the turn, 450 out. Orthal tackled by Impazira. Apollo Run, Sky Chase struggling. Boca Tower getting out with a run, and it's Candide and full at last. Orthal just in front. Impazira's drawn level. Congressman's coming at them hard from Apollo Run, and it's Candide. Impazira in front. Congressman coming home hard from Orthal. Impazira half in front. Congressman's going to it. Gouchy's lifting Congressman. Oh, this is nearly a dead heat. I won't pick it. Impazira, Congressman, they've hit it as one, and third is Orthal. I won't split them. It's Candide, Apollo Run, Boca Tower, Lord Highbrow, Bravery. Then behind those, Mr. Dynamite, full at last, and then came Fair Sir with Lady Liberty. Round the World with Water Boatman. Behind those horses, Algonquin Club, Sarah Streiner, Sky Chase, and Abject Failure, and so was Balciano. Very close, Bruce. I think that Impazira's just lasted, but it's a hair splitter, and Congressman was going just right over it, right on the last few strides. You never know. It's R1 Taxan again. Who's going to win it? I'm not going to have a go, Des. I'm going to sit right on the fence. It's a dead heat from here for me. Well, I'll go for it. I'll say the insider, but not because of that photo. I just think she may have lasted. Developed print. It's a developed print in the Caulfield Cup. It's a whisker. It's like the Caulfield Guineas all over again. But has Brian York on Impazira, or has Darren Gouchy on Congressman won this famous cup for the first time? Orthal from memory was third. It was a wonderful race, 229.4, an evenly run race, no pace early, but they cranked it up, Des, and here is the finish. Yep. Impazira is a half a length in front, and Congressman is coming very hard. Has Ross McDonald won his second cup, or has George Hanlon won for the first time? That's right. Well, it's toss the coin, because there they go to the wire. Impazira feeling every hit that Brian York gives her. Darren Gouchy following her down there and getting home as best he can. It is a developed print, as you say, and it's that close to a dead heat. Nobody will know except the judge. At third, Orthal, who ran a great race, but his advantage of number 1 Ellie kept him right in it till the finish. But there they go. They're right. That imaginary line that's been cut in the grass will give you an idea of how close this is. They're level pegging, and the longer it goes, the more chance of a dead heat. Last week, Vitalik won the Caulfield Guineas by a nostril over Almerta Jazz. Today, I think this is as close, if not closer. Congressman with Gouchy and Brian York on Impazira. Ross McDonald won with Tristark, the last favourite in 85. George Hanlon has won 3 Melbourne Cups. There's Ross McDonald and Nick Collum. They're waiting anxiously. Nick Collum wants that number to go up. Will it be 15 Impazira, or will it be 8 Congressman? It was a classic Caulfield Cup. Sky Chase and Balciano were the huge disappointments in the race. Balciano losing his position down the side. Sky Chase never really firing. It still goes on this photo. The record was held by Sobar. 15 has won it. Number 15 has won. Impazira, ridden by Brian York.
Another emergency had beaten us.
Well, it happened in the Epsom. Everyone slapped your back.
If we'd won the Epsom, we would have got we probably would have got a penalty and not won this.
Nick, you went into the runner-up stall. Superstition?
No, mate. I just thought we'd won. I was looking up there for number 15. That's all I wanted, Keithy.
Right. You had the heartbreak in the Epsom
yesterday.
Yes, you did. you had the heartbreak in the Epsom handicap when the photo went the wrong way.
My son
Go and lead in your champion man.
But what a great thing for Nick.
Nick Collum. He went to the runner-up stall. He thought he had won, but he had done too in the Epsom handicap. The photo went the wrong way when an emergency beat him, and today he almost lost it again.